Welcome, my name is Deborah Spence and this is Assignment 2 presentation on finding an opportunity to help fight the loss of Indigenous language through the use of children's books, both monolingual and bilingual. There was 4 red flags: low target market, low socioeconomics, limited government and community support, and limited in genres. It became clear that this was a bad business idea. But don't we love bad ideas? Like the time we decided to go surfing off the roof. Or the time we decided to go swimming with the sharks. Or sail the notorious Sydney to Hobart race. But doesn't every kid deserve to read a book in their language that inspires them? Shows them a hero and makes them laugh? What if we could find a way to deliver on the goal without dancing to the tune of government grants or donations with hooks, instead of it just being a nice idea? A profit for purpose business. Profit would pay for translators, convert the stories into print, digital and audio format, and distribute it to schools, home and children. In calculating the cost, we've made several assumptions, including that the book formatting would only cost us $2,500 per book, and that we would only be doing a 200 print run per book in each. In this slide, we show the translation costs of each book based on 18 cents per word. To evaluate the options, we have calculated the cost of converting one picture book into 10 languages, which means that we need to produce approximately 200. It's time to find a profitable business opportunity. There were 3 business opportunities that will be explored. Option 1 and 3 were both publishing businesses. Option 1 was a full service publishing and distribution company for bilingual books, giving opportunity for employment for Indigenous people. Authors of all genres could get their books translated into Indigenous languages, and readers access a wider range of stories. The option 3 is the niche target market of bilingual books of existing business. That's the 50+ age group who's concerned for mental health and demise of dementia, and non-bilingual parents to keep up with their children that are learning a language at school. Analysis was carried out and it was found the bilingual book publishing market is very small due to the extra cost of publishing and also fears by the author. There is a growing demand, but due to economic downturn, it is slow. Australian education curriculum has limited requirements for bilingual books, but this could change with lobbying. The book publishing business averages about a 10% profit margin. That means we need 2.5 million to meet our goal. It was found using the Canadian statistics that most small to medium-sized book publishing companies just makes under $500,000 per annum. Option 1 and 3 could produce 1 book per year in the 10 Indigenous languages. Option 2 is a translation service, purely Indigenous translation. They create employment for Indigenous people. There's a large range of customers, from government all the way to authors and publishers. Authors of all genres again could produce their books in Indigenous language, and readers will have access to a wider range of stories. Looking at the validity of option 2, translation services average a profit margin of between 40 and 60%, and the required turnover, therefore, to meet our goal is just $500,000. Indigenous consumer target market, though, is very low at 16,000, and we would be competing against the government and organisations that is providing interpreters. The size of the market for Indigenous language cannot accurately be assessed at this point in time. The potential income could be raised if the government policies were changed and made it compulsory for schools to learn Indigenous languages, or other languages are included into the business, like 2M language services. But there would be a large competition. Unfortunately, the Indigenous language will not be a competitive advantage, and again, using Canadian statistics, the average translation of these businesses is only 130,000. Option 2 could produce 2 books per year in 10 languages. Therefore, none of these options are able to deliver on the objective of 6 books in 10 languages a year. It's time to think outside the box. Introducing Angels with Attitude, multiracial skin tone foundation business. It's calculated that Australia has 10.6 million multiracials. That's not including our Indigenous population, and US has over 9 million. In this slide, we show the calculations of the target market size, which equals 3.4 million women. The industry profit margin is between 10 and 20% for non-customised products, whereas customised products yield a 30 to 50% profit margin, with 22% of the population preferring customised products. With these figures, we then calculated and found that the net profit from this target market would be just over $38 million. The market share that we require is only 0.6% to achieve our goals of 6 books in 10 Indigenous languages. Commercially, option 4 has been selected. We will now dive a little deeper into option 4 business. In this slide, we list the competitors that produce customised skincare. With this information, we look for a gap using a graph comparing inexpensive to expensive, exclusive to easy accessible. And it showed that there was an opportunity in the easy accessible and slightly expensive sector. We look at the competitive advantage that we can bring to the table, and the most significant is a patent invention to allow us to make individual skincare products that reduces the waste down to 2%, which is a large cost saving and also environmental saving. This slide shows us the core, expected, amalgamated and potential products for foundations. For the success of this option, we need to know our customer persona. We looked at the demographics, we looked at their pain points, and also we looked at how these consumers identify themselves. Thank you for your time today, and the next step is to research and validate this option.